All right, Bill, thank you. Well, Purdue University and the United States Military Academy at West Point are partnering to build an autonomous race car for the Indy Autonomous Challenge in 2021. Now, the partners have formed Black and Gold Autonomous Racing and will debut the car alongside other collegiate teams next October at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. The challenge features a series of events where teams address topics like artificial intelligence, sensors, and data science in the operation of high-speed autonomous race cars. The first place team will be awarded, get this, $1 million for crossing the finish line in 25 minutes or less in a head-to-head 20-lap race of driverless Dallara Indy Lights vehicles around the IMS Oval. The Global Challenge will attract high-profile teams from all over the globe and is an opportunity for students to develop and test algorithms as well as address challenges related to navigation at high speeds. Well, two former Hoosier basketball greats are teaming up to make a big play in the business world. Dr. Steve Green and Brian Evans played 20 years apart at Indiana University, but they were both coached by Bob Knight, and that connection really laid the foundation for a business relationship, and they're now teammates leading Arora Sleep. Business of Health reporter Kylie Veleta has more. Kylie, over to you.
Thank you very much, Gary. Arora Sleep launched just a couple months ago to help Hoosiers get a good night's rest. The founders say sleeping well is more important than ever during the pandemic to help build natural immunity and overall health. The young company sells custom-made oral devices to treat snoring and sleep apnea. Dr. Green says his 35 years in dentistry exposed a great need for personalized devices. He is co-founder and clinical director for Arora Sleep. He joins me now along with Brian Evans, president and chief executive officer. Thank you both for being on the show today.
Sure, thanks for having us.
All right, well, it's Indiana, so we have to talk basketball first. You're both very familiar names for IU basketball fans. Dr. Green, you were Bob Knight's first recruit at IU, and you played there in the early 70s, went on to play for the Pacers. Brian, you played in the early 90s at IU, also went on to the NBA. How did your common basketball background at IU help build that connection for a business relationship?
Well, Coach Knight used to have Dr. Green come in and visit with the team every year. And so I met Steve for the first time as a freshman in 1992 as an 18-year-old. And I had a real high opinion of him. He was just very well spoken and was so great when he'd come in and visit with us. Over the last 3 or 4 years, as we've been building towards this launch, I've gotten to know him really well. He's become a great friend, and he's a fantastic teammate. We trust and believe in one another. He's an absolute expert in this space. I'm awful lucky.
All right, Dr. Green, why did you put your faith in this youngin' who played so many years after you at IU?
Well, number one, Kylie, he wore my number, 34, so I loved him, and he's a shooter, so there you go. But actually, I was talking to another former Hoosier, Joe Hillman, one day and telling him about what I wanted to do in sleep, and he said, the guy you got to talk to is Brian Evans, because of his medical background. And so we got together along those lines, but also, most importantly, I trusted Brian immediately. I mean, I know where he came from. I know what he did in high school and college and pros athletically, but I also knew what kind of guy he was. So for me, it was a matter of trust and a matter of, I knew a guy that was going to work hard for us, and he sure has done that.
All right, well, let's talk business now. Arora makes oral devices to treat snoring and sleep apnea. So, Brian, there are other companies in this space, but you say a key differentiator for Arora is that these are custom-made devices. Explain the importance of that.
Well, Kylie, there's nobody quite like Arora in the space. Yes, so these are custom devices for both snoring and sleep apnea. We make them in a 35-minute appointment window. So folks come in, we make them a device, custom device, they leave with it, sleep with it that same night. We also offer our customers what we call the Arora Promise, which allows them 7 nights of complimentary trial wearing our device. They never get returned. Even if somebody wanted to bring it back, their bed partner doesn't let them do it.
All right, so Dr. Green, you have 35 years of experience in dentistry, and much of that time was spent in dental sleep medicine, which I think is a specialty a lot of people haven't even heard of. How did that dental sleep medicine make you realize that there was a real need for something like this?
Well, Kylie, it really started with my own sleep journey, if you will. Several years ago, I was diagnosed with sleep apnea, and was given the only treatment option at that time was the CPAP, and I was unable to wear it. Actually made my own. Made my own first device, if you will, for me. I was my own first patient in sleep, and it worked fabulously for me. So I became more and more interested in it and wanted to offer it to more folks. And I was astounded to find out the number of people that don't know that they even have sleep apnea issues. And more importantly, there are 3 times as many people that have snoring issues. So we wanted to tackle both of those things with Arora. And really, our main thrust here initially certainly is to help more Hoosiers sleep better at night, whether they snore or have sleep apnea.
And Brian, just a few seconds left, but I know you have some big business plans. You want to develop your own device. You are developing your own device, and also start an affiliate program for dentistry practices. Can you touch on just both those things?
Sure can. Yes, we do. We have a new design, new technology. It's on its way very soon. So yeah, we're very excited about that. And we know good sleep is critical. And it's not just the snorer, it's the bed partner that suffers. And so in order to like Dr. Green said, to reach as many Hoosiers as possible, we were much like Invisalign, we're building an affiliate program with dental practices across the state of Indiana to do just that.
All right, well, I know sleep is certainly even more important now as we're all in the pandemic. And I know, Dr. Green, you're really passionate about people getting good sleep right now to build their immunity. I'm sorry we don't have time to talk about it, but congratulations on the partnership, and we'll be following you. Keep us posted.
Sure. Thanks for having us on.
Thanks, Kylie.
Gary, back to you.